Just a quick video today as I want to share with you something that happened to me last night. I experienced some really weird and unpleasant symptoms that I think some of you, particularly my viewers who have panic attacks, will recognise. And the experience gave me a bit of an insight into what causes these really weird and frankly horrible symptoms. So the symptoms I experienced was extreme dizziness, a deafening ringing in my ears, severe nausea, and the weirdest of all was what I think may have been derealisation. I can only describe it as like I was looking at the world from somewhere else, like I was in another dimension or something. The colours of everything changed and became more vivid. Things looked almost two-dimensional, and things that were far away suddenly looked nearer. So I know many of you are now thinking to yourself that I had a panic attack, but you may be surprised to hear that I didn't. Although I've had anxiety problems in the past, I have long overcome them, and I've never had panic disorder. What happened to me to cause these symptoms was that I had an accident. Now, those of you who follow my channel may know that my son and I love to ice skate, and despite being an experienced skater, yesterday I took a pretty bad fall and really hurt myself to the point that I'm struggling to walk today. So what has this got to do with panic attacks, and why am I telling you this? Well, ask yourself this. I fell on my leg and hip. I didn't hit my head. But yet I had dizziness, nausea, ringing in my ears and derealisation, the same symptoms that some of you get when you have panic attacks. So why? What is the link? The answer is adrenaline. When the body gets injured, the brain thinks it's under attack, so it goes into fight or flight mode. It launches a huge surge of adrenaline, and the effects of adrenaline can be surprisingly disruptive to the normal functioning of your body. For a start, a lot of blood is diverted to your arms and legs, so there is less going to your stomach and brain, which explains the nausea and dizziness. But the derealisation surprised me because based on previous research I had done, I thought this was caused by hyperventilation. But I was not hyperventilating. So I think it must be something to do with the reduced blood flow to the brain. As for the ringing in my ears, I talked about this in my 20 Anxiety Symptoms Explained video. It's thought to be caused by changes in blood flow and pressure in the ears. Now, the reason I wanted to share this with you is that I know a lot of you worry about these symptoms. You might think there's something wrong with your heart or your brain for these really weird and distressing symptoms to happen. But what my experience showed is that these symptoms are just how any human body reacts. The only difference between my experience and the experience of people who have panic attacks is what triggered the surge of adrenaline. For me, it was pain and injury, rather than fear that triggered the adrenaline. Although I hurt myself, I knew it wasn't serious, as in 20 years of skating and 10 years of playing ice hockey, I've had a few injuries. But for people who have panic disorder, it's the fear of the panic attack and the panic attack symptoms that triggers the adrenaline. And the worse your panic attacks get, the more you fear them, which causes more panic attacks and more severe symptoms. So you get trapped in a panic cycle. But despite the pain, I'm glad I had this experience because it gives me some insight to what you guys are suffering, and that makes me more determined to help you stop your panic attacks. So I will keep making videos to help you understand your panic attacks and how to stop them. If you haven't seen any of my videos on panic disorder before, I strongly recommend you watch this series, as it teaches you everything you need to know to stop them. Take care now.